start an experience of learning what bone washing is really about. We've got Stefan here and Harry. And Harry's simply going to raise the arm, take the arm easily. Notice he's smiling. The whole point of the event is to make him smile bigger. We're going to start by going from the center, this side of the spine. Center this side, where the rhomboids begin. Rhomboids are those muscles that connect to the scapula, the shoulder bone. And I'm edging myself in and gripping just like I've got it, stretching those arms. And when he breathes, I expand. He breathes. Feels so easy. When I've exposed that movement, I'm going to take my pointer finger and I'm going to rub from the beginning of that muscle all the way to the end. And I'm hoping I can get past that muscle and walk into that space that finds supraspinatus, a very long tendon from your hip to your head top. I'm going to free that one. Then I'm going to ask my friend Stefan to take a deep breath and again squeeze both shoulders equally until his whole shoulder expands. I'll take his hand at the elbow and start scrubbing and clearing the deltoid insertions and suture muscles that sit at the top ridge of the shoulder. I'm going to free that because I have access to bone very clearly here. And we are bone washing. We're using the tuft of our finger to scrub off calcifications that have trails and patterns on the skin of the bone. When we free that and cause it to disarray, we will increase the currency and current. Currency meaning the nutrition value, and current meaning the electrical movement of the body. And you know, everybody wants to trail out of stress, and that's what I'm trying to create. Here I'm simply shaking the muscle loose so the bone presents itself. It's a matter of lightly tapping. It always changes because everybody's body is different. But as I tap and shake, it's less invasive. It's very important to do at least 3 circles to each finger. 3 circles. And pulling at the joint in a kind of an arc form. Oh, very important. Kind of an arc. Sometimes, if it's kind of someone who uses their hand a lot, I'll go back and tap up to the tip. Go back and kind of just move through on this side too. Move through, kind of pinching and tapping into the bone structure. Move through, open at these 2 points. Corporal tongue, really important. Taking a deep breath with Stefan. I'm going to go back now to the scapula. And I'm going to go to the center, that particular ridge, that there is an insertion to a muscular group. Everybody can find it. And as I see Stefan's face, he will validate I'm right on it. That's the best way to open the whole torso, is that bone washing of that point. Good example. I'm going to be moving to the front of the table. What I'm doing now is is I'm taking both sides of my middle finger on both hands and I'm squeezing them together between the spine and the collection of tissue and separating that tissue away from the neckline. And I have my eyes closed, but Stefan is definitely responding by his face. I can feel that. The relief that comes for experiencing for the first time that mass of tissue free from the side of the neck. It's a very simple process. You simply pull two fingers together and pull apart. Two fingers together and pull apart. Two fingers together and pull apart. Some people, they don't have to go together. Just lightly stick in, pull apart. When you start, it's best to go slow. When you've practiced it for a while, it's quite a resolving, supportive way to clear the path of blood. Now, what I'm doing now is called Po, a kind of a bone washing to the head. Simply making sure that the suture muscles, those little small quarter-inch size muscles that cover the cracks in the head, that natural growth places, I'm making sure they get a good cleaning. Because what happens is the cleaning will create much more flow and really open the opportunity for that head to bring up the heat, release the heat, and create an anti-inflammatory environment in the mind and the brain and the body. So really important to scrub. You know, you can see that I try to follow a 1, 2, move, 1, 2, move, 1, 2, 3, move, 1, 2, 3, move. Human body really responds to rhythm. You can tell as I increase pressure, I also tempo up the rhythm. When I need to work slower with less people older, I'll simply apply the bone washing present lighter. But because Stefan here is young and strong, he may appreciate that his heat doesn't stay in these muscles. So I will bone wash and clear all over. You notice I did spend some time with my eyes closed during this treatment. And I often do that because it really brings more focus to the tuft or the ends of my fingers, where I do need some sense of vision about where I'm at and what I'm touching. I can keep my eyes open, but it tends to be louder with my eyes closed. Yeah. Okay, now take a deep breath. Now, you know, this is my first pass. As we do a treatment, we tend to go more than just one time over different parts of the body. Much less, but exactly much clearer. But before I leave, I do want to show you this. Can you notice that his nose is making a circle? That's an incredible way to create looseness and pattern for the chaotic energy that's moving from the treatment up and out. What happens? You'll see in about a second or maybe 10 seconds, his smile will increase, his relaxation will multiply. Simply by that movement in a slow way, spiral and smaller and out. So now we're going to get to move to another part of the body. Okay. Thanks. So, welcome back. Okay. What I'm going to do is after I stop the upper body, shoulder work. I'm calm to the leg. Now notice how I'm able to just with one shake move the whole body. And why that's important is because I'm going to be doing this bone washing, and I'm going to actually be tactilely tapping into the skin of the bone on the leg. This particular area has relationship to the gut. So what I'm doing now is animating and activating that area and start to signal to the body that I'm going to start clearing that whole bone structure and start taking a serious look at how we can help the foot. But I start there, and I also open this one particular point there. I'm going to show it to you really even more clear. See, it's on this bone where this muscle meets soleus, and I'm going to just tap into it by putting 2 fingers right there. The only pressures that's necessary is the pressure of their own body. I'm not pushing up to dig. I'm simply allowing the weight to come to me. Very important when you're kind of clearing this area at the skin of the bone. And it is a kind of very important to get a good balance with your body. That's why I'm close to this activity. It doesn't take a lot of energy for me to shake the whole thing. Now back then, like when you get to the heel and you're able to pull the foot away, you're going to have a movement in the nose. The nose on the face will move about 1 inch forward. That's about the freedom you want. End of this bone, I'm going to still keep circles in for the entire area of this toe. And I'm going to make a circle and give it an opportunity to pop open. Make a circle, give it an opportunity to pop open. How I do that is kind of create a rainbow. I go up, oh, perfect. I don't pull this way, doesn't work as well. It's an up, pull up, and over. There we go. Now, you know, you can't see or feel this, but as I make that circle, that kind of rainbow move, the heel itself frees up. And the thymus, which is on the heel right here, so valuable in releasing energy from the body. As soon as you can clear it. Now, how do you do that? Clear the thymus. Well, you scrub it. You scrub every square inch of that thymus and heel bone, and you pinch off at the bottom of the heel the skin of the heel. And that is a kind of treatment that will give direct energy flowing in the whole body very easily. You might sometimes test that as you spread the leg, again, the smile gets bigger. When the smile gets bigger, the body is experiencing relaxation, pleasure, and release. That's your constant validation that the treatment is working. This is a simple movement to clear the spinal form and make sure that there's no stagnation in the current flowing from the head to where my thumb is. If it does, there'll be congestion on that edge. Right through here, right through here, right through here. All at that arc of the low back represented in the arc of the heel. Here we go. Very important. Take a deep breath. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. Now time to release. Easy flow. Set. Perfect. Let's take a look at the hip. We've done this part. You don't have to do it all, but you might want to learn how to do it all. Sitting down here, being ready, taking a deep breath. Breathing with your receiver is important. It's kind of the way to stay on the same page. As I exhale, I pull. As he exhales, he expands. I am at the center of this muscle at the bone. Okay. Now I'm going to get clearer, then I'm going to need more strength to wash and scrub right there at the tensa fascia lata underneath. There we go. Lifting and lifting and leaving and lifting and lifting and lifting. Oh, there we go. Oh. We're going to start to open the lower back. The trick is to raise the foot, bringing the foot to that point across the knee, bringing to the bottom, putting the hand there, and allowing movement in the sacrum. Oh. Oh. Okay. Now that we got that stretch, I'm taking my thumb and I'm going right into the gluteus medius insertion. Oh. Skip the muscle, go to directly where the whole muscle will feel relief. All right. Lifting and pulling away the piriformis from the sacrum. Really appreciating that under the piriformis right now we can scrub free space in the insertion. Often there'll be tension that kind of looks for a place to park. So if you tap out that energy, you'll have an experience of this side being more animated than this side because current is flowing this side. Can you also know how much flatter he's become because there's no tension pulling at the sacrum from the piriformis. How you feeling? Must be that easy way.